Yep, we did too. He has that grin plastered on his face permanently. Yeah, Shiho will be able to rest easy once he's down. A few subtle or not so subtle hints of exactly how this is going to work.
Okay.
From now on, we have a deadline. If you can't execute the plan by the deadline, then it's game over. There are unique bad endings for reaching the deadline for each palace, and I have pre-recorded these from an earlier playthrough. I will be showing them. I'll just warn you though, they're actually not as interesting as you might think. But anyway, if you do get this game over, you get the option to rewind a week prior. So, basically you can go through the dungeons at your own pace, and there are a lot of facilities in the city. Raising your confidence will definitely help, as will buying items and other things. And so, mission start! What to do next? When you have free time and don't know what to do next, press... I don't even know what the official name of that is. The middle thing on the PS4 controller to open the assist command and view what you can do and who you can see. If network functions are on, this is why I specifically had to make a new PSN account for just this playthrough, you can use the directional buttons to view the activity log. This will enable you to see what other players did on this day in the calendar. So, to show this off, we can press this. Oh, yeah, we've already got that. Okay. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious what everything does. So, triangle finds available confidants. Huh, languid doctor. We don't actually have a confidant with her yet. That pretty much spoils that she will be one. And if you press X, you can warp directly to them. It will not actually start the confidant. You'll just be in front of them, so it won't immediately use up your time slot. Cancel, we can press X to basically warp to somewhere where we can increase our social stats, or you can press square to immediately go to the hideout. This is the fastest way to go to the hideout, and that's where you go to the palace from. A lot of speedruns just use the square shortcut to go to the hideout, and if we check the network, we can see that 66% of people went to the palace, 5% studied in the library, and 29% did a... Technically, we're not supposed to know her name yet, so that's kind of a spoiler. But anyway, the reason why I've mentioned that, it's not a great idea to immediately go to, a confidant is because the moment that you do a confidant for the day, or anything else that uses up time, it immediately skips to the evening. So if you want to shop in the overworld, you want to take care of all of that before you hang out with any confidants. And yeah, these girls will tell you about special items that might only be available in certain places, in this case the cosmetic shop in the underground mall, which we actually have access to right now. Also, hi there. You're getting expelled too. You're kind of one of us now, whether you like it or not. Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't realize this school sucked until now. Also, Ann's here. But she's giving you the option to go straight to the palace. If we say this, though...
No. Hey.
We also, as I've mentioned in her Confidant bio, we need kindness rank 2. I just wanted to talk to, finally we can dash in the overworld, yes! I wanted to talk to the newspaper girl, though. New student? Oh, okay, so that's not us, it's someone else. A different student of rumour. Gymnastics medal contender. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I guess as long as you don't, don't have a criminal record, people spread positive rumours about you in the school. You get this feeling like everywhere you go, somebody's watching me. Yeah, maybe you're just tired. Or maybe there's a yandere around the corner. Yep, that guy has no idea what he's in for. But okay, the first thing that I want to do here is go to the school courtyard. Also these two. I like talking to these two throughout the game. They have some interesting things to say. Especially since this guy, being named Kind Faculty Member, is like one of the few people in this, like teachers in the school who isn't awful. But anyway, this vending machine specifically, it sells these two things. Argonade and Water of Rebirth. I really hope that first sentence is metaphorical. These restore 5 SP. There are, at the moment, 3 SP drink vending machines that we have access to right now. And we're getting a tutorial for the map here. So this is something that I love about P5. It actually tells you where the Confidants are. Persona 3 and 4 never did this. You basically needed a guide just to know where all the Confidants are when they're available. But here, yeah, they're going to tell us that the Languid Doctor is in Yongen-Jaya, and she's right now the only Confidant we have available. Also, we only have access to 2 fast travel points here, but we can actually change that, and I think we can do that pretty soon. Also, I think this is our first time hearing this music, Tokyo Daylight. So I think if we go here...
Oh, good to see you.
Spring Fruits pack is kind of nice, but I still want to save money.
What?
Okay, we don't even get a war point for it yet. I thought we got a war point for it, but I think we do get a war point for the batting cages. I'm not going to use the batting cages yet, but you can do that. It's a mini game you can do, and there are some good rewards for it. The real reason I'm in Yongen right now is for this. 100 yen vending machine. It contains 2 copies of the SP drinks. Always, always, always buy those. And finally, I'm going to go to Central Street on Shibuya for something that for many playthroughs I actually never knew about. So while I'm here though, I want to log the warp point for Big Bang Burger, even though we're not actually going to go here yet. They have the Earth Burger available.
Take your time.
40 HP to all allies, kind of okay, but they also have all of these things, which are healing items. Right now, I'm pretty strapped for cash. I'm not going to buy any of those just yet. What I really want to do is, I believe...
Take your time.
In here, I want to draw attention to this. Garden Energy. Don't buy this. There are much, much better plant foods available, and we will need to buy plant foods a lot in this playthrough.
Take your time.
Also, here's Alhige. They sell some pretty cheap items, restores 50 HP to 1 ally, and lowers accuracy / evasion. Yeah, they say that the Languid Doctor is bad, but her medicine doesn't have any of these side effects, so yeah, once again, rumors are pretty much crap. But yeah, these things mostly just cure ailments. I don't tend to shop here that much, but, I mean, the stuff is a little bit cheap, I guess. But what I wanted to do was log the warp point for the arcade, because this vending machine, this one also has Argonade and Water of Rebirth. I did not know this for the longest time. And at the moment, those are the only 3 SP vending machines we have access to. Drinks restock every Monday. Remember that, and early in the game, always stock up on the SP drinks from all 3 of those places. That is extremely useful when it comes to completing palaces in one day. Yeah, so there's a bunch of vending machines here. They're not really going to be that important. I do believe... Oh, they're closed. Right. It says May. Yeah, that's also a warp point. We can't quite get that just yet.
What can I get you?
Here we have a bookstore. We can buy books here. I'm not going to get these just yet. The guide tells us to buy all of them quite soon, though. Also, the DVD rental shop. Can't do anything with that just yet. I'm going to go over to Station Square just to see if there's any interesting NPCs.
Welcome.
Okay. Oh, that's a lot of money right now. I'm not going to buy that at the moment. Maybe before going into the palace. Okay then, well, yeah, the media in this city is pretty much about as good as you'd expect it to be. Ah, yes, this guy is here. I like talking to this guy. Oh, that's a pretty sobering thought. But okay, we can warp to the Underground Mall now, which is a place we've never been to before. Most of these places are where you buy gifts that you can give Confidants. Gifts usually aren't all that necessary. But there is something that we do need to get here, if I'm remembering right. Okay, technically we only need this tomorrow, but I can actually get this now.
Welcome.
Bionutrients. We can also buy these, which are crafting materials. They're a little expensive, but I do need bionutrients. This is one of the reasons why I saved my money yesterday. And now that we have that, I may as well talk to these people. Yeah, I remember back when smartphones were just new and people didn't realize they were going to take over everything. I mean, I remember when people still had landlines. Yeah, I don't feel like nobody uses their landlines anymore. And it advanced pretty quickly, too. Oh boy, they already, yeah, rumors have spread to there already. This shop here is actually pretty important to know. There's some very useful things you can buy here later. But at the moment, there isn't really a whole lot for us to do. So now, I'm going to go back to Yongen, because there's something else that I need to buy here. From the second-hand store.
Welcome.
We couldn't buy stuff from here earlier, but we can now buy an old DVD player. We will need this a little bit later on. And now... yeah, it says that I should buy crafting materials, so okay then. I have 2 silk yarns, no thick parchment, tin clasps are useful, I'm gonna get one of those, and I guess the only other thing I can afford is silk yarn. Now the good news is that by the time I have to buy anything else, we will have gone to the palace. So it's good that I've blown all my cash now. And hey, it's the dog family. That means that he can't learn any new tricks. I'm sure somebody's debunked that. I feel like someone has taught an old dog new tricks at some point. Well, I guess this place is actually pretty good for its medicine, but before we go there, there's one more thing that I need to do that I actually forgot about. The library in Shujin. Remember what I said earlier that you need, you kind of want to have a book on you at all times? The library is going to help us change the fact that we have no books right now. You can also study in the library. Early on, you can increase guts by studying since, you know, nobody wants to be around you. Nope. Yeah, so that's basically hinting that, you can raise both knowledge and guts in the library.
What would you
But
like?
what we're actually here for is to borrow a book. So right now, we're gonna check out these books that are all suspiciously similar to some of the personas that we have. Also, Speed Reader. Of course they did. Speed Reader is incredibly useful, and it's actually a huge change in Royal, because in Vanilla, you didn't get this until long past the point where it would be useful. You can get it a lot earlier in Royal, but you just want to keep checking back to the library, because it doesn't become available until a little bit later. But for now, we're going to check out Pirate Legend, because this increases guts. I definitely recommend focusing on guts early on, because some very, very good confidants are locked behind the guts stat. Okay, now we have Pirate Legend. Also, we saw you during that tragic day. But no, Senpai cannot notice us. And now, we go to the back streets to go to the clinic. Yeah, quite a lot to cover on our first day out in the town, and there's about to be even more, because we're going to be starting a new Confidant today.
Well,
I'm here for totally not performance enhancers. If you say I need regular medicine, I think it takes you just to the normal shop.
huh?
We are doing a terrible job of not sounding like an addict.
Oh. What are you trying to do?
You just locked the door. This is really bad. Are we gonna get a game over now? Because it will turn me into a Super Saiyan. For studying, I guess?
Huh?
Yeah, entrance exams are brutal in Japan. Yeah, I'd say that because, yeah, those forcing yourself to stay up, your body is still being strained, even if the drugs, you know, make you shrug off the initial, like, effects, they're still happening to you. It's kind of like the idea of, you know, not being able to feel pain. Pain is your body telling you that something's wrong. If you can't feel that, but you're still putting strain on your body, then you're going to be just wrecking yourself without even knowing.
Take care.
Oh, wow, we have the option to blackmail her. I mean, if it works, we are kind of an anti-hero after all. Oh, and we just spent all our money. Dang it. Okay, we probably wouldn't be able to afford it much anyway. Well, I mean, eventually we do get very, very rich by high school standards. Yeah, if blackmail doesn't work, then maybe a little give and take. I don't like where this is going. I still don't like where this is going. Wanted, young, fit person with lots of stamina. Yeah, I wonder what impression that would set off. Oh, okay, clinical trials. That's good. I thought it was something a little more disturbing. It looks like blood. Is it supposed to look like blood? Yes. Take this medicine for joint pain. Side effects may include joint pain. That was actually something from like a comedy book that I had when I was a teenager. It was actually by Steve Martin.
Did you change your mind?
But the Super Saiyan drugs. We must take drugs to get more drugs. Okay then.
What?
You didn't expect us to actually do it. Okay, that's not a good sign. Like, I'm assuming that, like, for a second, his eyes just went, like, completely blank. He was like, I can handle it, and then just... nope.
Good evening.
And all of a sudden, fully voiced dialogue.
Do you remember anything from the moment you took the medicine until now?
Something to mention is that Takemi's voice actress actually changed in Royal. She's now voiced by Abby Trott, and... I feel really bad about this, but it kind of says how much I prefer Abby Trott that I don't even remember the name of her original voice actress.
By the look in your eyes, I'd say you don't. You briefly woke from your coma, but you were completely dazed during the entire examination. You eventually lost consciousness and fell back asleep. Are you out of your mind? Only an idiot would have drank that. Fine. By the way, the reason you lost consciousness was because of the taste. It produces a foul smell when it mixes with gastric juices, similar to surströmming. Oh well. All that matters is that thanks to you, I was able to get some good data. Okay, it's my turn to make good on my part of the deal. That's why I waited until you woke up. I don't want the general public to know about my original medicines. So, you're strictly prohibited from disclosing what happens here to anyone. Understood?
No, don't worry, we're already under a lot of confidentiality agreements as it is.
Then it's a deal. As long as you come here for it, I'll give you the medicine at a good price whenever you want. I may even add additional selections in time. I look forward to your continued patronage.
Considering all the actions you've taken, you must have had someone with medical expertise. Who? And how did you treat your wounds? It'll be easy to find out who if we look into this, you know.
I am thou. Thou art I. Thou hast acquired a new vow. It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity. With the birth of the death persona, I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom and new power.
All right.
In tarot readings, the Death Arcana is the epitome of looks scary, but is really just misunderstood, which makes it fitting that the Death Confidant opens up so early in Persona 5. You may notice the lack of French text on the card. In the deck Persona 5 draws from, this Arcana doesn't have a name, it's referred to as the Nameless Arcana sometimes. But the Death card does not symbolize literal death, rather change and transformation, the end of the old and the start of the new. Its meaning is nearly always positive, and can be summed up as one door closes, another opens. It also exists around the middle of the Fool's journey and marks a turning point in the Arcana. The ones before it represent the kind of people the Fool will encounter, while the ones afterwards represent more abstract concepts. Personas of this Arcana do lean into its misunderstood meaning though, being mainly symbols of death, ill omens, or just being associated with skulls. Gameplay-wise, they heavily specialize in curse skills, both instant death and not, but also like to use a lot of ailments. The Death Confidant is represented by Tae Takemi at her clinic in Yongenjaya. This one's unique when it comes to ranking it up, as she's available every day. However, after every visit, you will not be able to see her again for another 3 days. Gotta make sure there are no side effects before taking her medicine again. Most visits to her have the side effect of slightly raising your Guts stat, though you will need Guts level 2 to even get to rank 2 of this. Much later, rank 8 has a few steep requirements. You need level 4 Charm, and this is also the first Confidant we're seeing that requires a side quest at one point. Almost every non-party member Confidant does this. But as for how these side quests work, we'll get to that later. Takemi is also a romance option, although hers is a little unique. While you always get the choice of route in rank 9, if you try to go for her romance route, but didn't choose the right options in earlier ranks, she will actually reject you. And here I'd like to give a big shout out to Fither, because were it not for his video, I never would have known this mechanic existed. If you're following a guide, you won't need to worry, as the options guides tell you to choose are the romance flags anyway. But I find it fascinating that this mechanic exists. There are 2 other romances that also work this way. But there's another way that Takemi's romantic route is unique, because if you choose it, rank 10 is moved from daytime to nighttime, along with every other optional hangout from then on. Thankfully, most Max Confidant guides allow leeway for either option. As for Takemi's Confidant abilities, being a glorified shopkeeper, they're pretty basic. All of them either increase the selection of items at her shop, or give you a discount. And everything but the discount carries over to New Game Plus, which means you have access to the full selection of items there from the beginning, provided you max this Confidant out in the previous playthrough. At higher ranks, Takemi sells better healing items, culminating in being able to buy full party revival items, although they're pretty expensive even with the discounts. But the most important rank is arguably 5. At rank 5, she starts selling some accessories, including something called the SP adhesive. This gives the equipper SP regeneration every turn in battle, and it is incredibly useful for completing palaces in one day. They do cost 100,000 yen each without the discount though, so you may not be able to afford them in the early dungeons, but once you can get these, they are incredible. In general, this is a Confidant that I would recommend getting to rank 7 as early as possible, but after that point you can feel free to prioritize others. As a character though, her Confidant is one of my favorites.
So, when can you come back for the next clinical trial?
As I said in the bio, in about 3 days.
You don't remember that part either?
Actually longer because you need rank 2 guts for the next one.
Well, I was saying that teenage test subjects are quite valuable in the medical research industry. So I'll provide you the medicine for your entrance exams, and in exchange, you'll be my guinea pig.
What did we just agree to?
I have to perfect this medicine. If you're able to move now, you can go home. All right, take care.
And yeah, every time you see her, you get a guts boost, usually. And as I said, guts is a very important stat.
Hey.
So, the extra music notes there, this is actually an additional conversation that only happens in Royal. In Royal, they added an extra dialogue choice to every rank up, which makes ranking up the Confidants a little easier than usual, but we already have enough points to go to rank 2 anyway.
Alright, take care.
Hey.
Well, I mean, we just signed up to be a guinea pig in a shady medicine trial, so, I think that qualifies as trouble. Yes, make one mistake, like drinking an experimental drug that has not been, fully tested. So from now on, we're able to study in LeBlanc at night. That gives us something else to do with our evenings. We still can't go out at night, though. You can only study here if customers are gone. You have to interact with the customers, and it's kind of random when they leave. You just have to keep talking to them until they go. So yeah, we can raise knowledge, and we can also clean the restroom to improve kindness. That is new to Royal. And also, you can read books here. And also crossword puzzles. Now, I believe there's a crossword puzzle available tonight. Yes, there is. But first, I want to check the TV. And now, politics. And everyone turned off the video. Didn't he announce his resignation already?
Hey.
But anyway, so I believe crosswords were actually in the vanilla game, except there they took up time. They do not use up time in Royal. You get a boost to knowledge, only a small one though.
Hey!
The crosswords refresh every week or so. And so here we've got how a school year is divided. Most guides tell you the answers, but a lot of guides don't actually say the answers to the optional questions. And I like to try and figure that out. The optional questions don't actually do anything. But here we go, a student's test, that would be an exam. I actually really want to see what these are like in Japanese, if they're actually in Japanese characters. Impart knowledge. I wonder if that's teach. I mean, I've done all of these before, but, yeah, I spelled that. But sometimes I don't, remember them right off. Final result, I'm guessing that is grade? And, how school years are divided. There's a lot of S's left, but I know that this one is semesters, and that uses up every letter. And there's also a bit of trivia here. In Japan, the new semester begins in April. Yeah, I'm used to, in Australia, semesters begin at the start of the year and end at the end of the year. The school year is actually very logically laid out over here. We start in February and finish, like, early December or the end of November. Wheat year, sugar year, and pesticide year. Okay.
I see.
I know a lot of Northern Hemispheres divide semesters based on the seasons or the harvest seasons in particular. It's fairly different down in the Southern Hemisphere. But I've always loved the fact that over here, like, the school year pretty much maps directly to age in Australia. What happens if we try and examine the fridge? Huh. Soldier didn't react there. But yeah, you can check there and clean LeBlanc. That is not what we're going to be doing tonight, though. You almost slipped up there. Because of course, you are not a cat. In any way. So... yeah, tonight we are... actually, firstly, yes, we are gonna be... yeah, cleaning the room.
Oh.
This actually takes up time, but you only need to do this once.
Oh.
Oh, how I wish I could clean an entire room in one evening. But yeah, doing that
Nice.
gives us access to the plants. And that's going to be helpful soon.
Okay. That's incredible. incredible.
I wonder where all of those books went, though. We don't really have many other storage places in this shop, but, like, I guess they've magically been put into hammer space. We get Social Thought. And Yonsha Walker, a book that's actually totally pointless to us. Some books unlock hangout spots, and that's one of them, but if you, or at least, like, some books also unlock preemptively all the fast travel locations in a place. And, well, if you've already got all the fast travel locations yourself, the book won't actually do anything, but you'll be able to read it for free in that case. Without using up time, I mean. But yeah, that TV is why we bought the DVD player. Yes, I wonder if there's a place we can get home appliances for cheap. It's not like we just did that earlier today. But yeah, cleaning the room does use up time. But again, only I have to do it once.